Good morning. Got our 21 G23. I'm gonna do a full walkthrough here. Side shift. Prop looks great. No dings in the rudder or anything like that either. Let's go check the sides. Metal flake looks fantastic. I don't see anything. I was crawling underneath and don't see anything down below either. Obviously there's some little marks, but nothing of fiberglass or anything like that. The white looks incredible. You can see the reflection of it. Docking lights, that's what those big strips are. So just on the paint of the trailer anyway. Something must have scraped down the side, don't know. It's kind of weird, but just want to show everything. So then the only piece that I have found so far is I got this little mark in the front. Again, nothing of drasticness. But it looks fantastic. Dip underneath again. Just road dust and dirt from the trailering. Sorry for the jerkiness of the film. I'm just trying to get everything. See the hop on up. Even the non-skid is in fantastic condition. Aft cooler. I don't think they ever used it. Put the filler cushion in. Just gonna have to move that to the side now. And obviously our table. Canvas cover. Down below you see the poles. Those are even for the extensions for the sunshade. So you got front and aft extension sunshades. But the vinyl's incredible. Owner's manual bag even. I love this, the textures that we had chosen for this particular boat. very well done. But so then that white panel is actually your wind door that'll actually slide right in into the dedicated slots. Massive subwoofer. And then you saw the garbage can in there, which you have a side entry. And then, so we have the GoPro actual mount that I can actually attach to the back of the boat if you want actually water level footage. And then these two guys in these wraps are actually your just pop in fender ties. So I'm actually going to put those back in the owner's manual. I just wanted to pull those out. So then my favorite board racks. It doesn't crush all your carbon boards that we have. It just cradles them like little gloves. I've turned on the courtesy lights, so tower down lights. The goods of the boat. Right now we have the plug-in, which is right down, you can see right there. Battery switches are right under your floor here as you first step down. And then dedicated storage for their own cooler. And it doesn't look like they ever use this either. So pop up these. Motor. Clean. So then the other cool thing about the boats, you actually have dual fill fuel. So depending on which side you actually pull up to the gas station, the gas pumps, you don't have to try to go to the one particular side. It's a singular tank. Driver's seat. Perfect. Not even rubs on the hip protectors. So to do that, you actually hold your finger on and then up or down. So to do the arch. Give you I'm gonna head to the bow before we go through the computers. I love having the window. So I know we shouldn't be playing with our phones or needing our phones when we're on the water, but sometimes life just doesn't allow us to have that total exclusion. Again, vinyl looks incredible, all interior. Fire extinguisher. And then this piece does pop out, or if you want, you can actually make this completely a walk-through with a little shoe holder underneath. So if you like to jump off the front. So we were talking about the sunshades. Well, they would actually connect to the front of your bimini if we pop that open. And then you have two poles that actually just insert into the receptacles right up front. And you just go click, click. And you have full shade on front and back for if you're just floating around on those few days that we need that to get out of the sun. So with that, tower speakers. turn the camera on, flip that off. So all of these buttons that you see here are the same as you see here. And I would do this on a sea trial as well, but just to kind of show how everything works. So if we hit home, which we are in the home button, or you can see as I spin, but if I want to flip that over, I just push it over, which is just like this. I can actually rotate all of my different colors, which are your different set screens in here. So for instance, home screen gives us our waves. You know, you have full control of how you want to operate that vehicle at this particular time. So with that steering assist we were talking about in the back, I can actually turn this on or do a manual. It has to be running to get that screen, but then it'll actually give you like 2 buttons to push left or right, and just allows you to do that. But there is a ballast shift on here too. So for instance, I'm a over 200-pound person. If I'm by myself and somebody's out there, I might be listing to that one side just a little bit, so I can actually push water to the other side to even me out, or to even that wave out. So then our wave shape, which again, super easy. It has a visual of what these numbers actually mean. So, all right, we were very, very steep. I usually need a little steeper wave just because of the heft, the weight I am. But for lighter riders, they not need all that push. So we can actually tame that wave down so they can enjoy that ride a little bit more. And it's so simple. Plane assist, so it keeps your bow down when you're taking off, a little more fuel efficient, but just ease of seeing as well. And then, so here's our steering. Now we can go into these other features of it. So auto steering assist, if you want it to even be very powerful or just a little bit of help as you're steering your wheel, it'll actually help you that way too. Again, steering assist is off while the engine is off. Status gives you a real quick visual of what weight do I have in my ballast systems. But we'll go through that again. Right now, we'll go to ballast. So in our blue screen, you can fill any of those ballasts as simple as it is. I can set my levels if I already have that, or, which is really, really, really cool, I hit my little rider guy, or I hit this rider guy, and now it brings me to what kind of sport do you want to do? These are all of our presets. And these are actually designed by the factory and their rider input. So they have actually done all this research and said, hey, the average person is gonna just do this, and it makes a fantastic wave. If you need to adjust because you have other people in the boat, or more people or less people, I can actually go, okay, I actually want to wake surf. I'm not gonna activate it right now, but it's telling me I'm gonna fill these things completely full. But I may only need to do a 75%. So like for instance, if I do wake surf Grom, you can see there is no ballast because a Grom's a little person, you know, they only weigh 60 pounds. They don't need all that push of all that water being put out there. I can go and do wake boarding. Again, if I want to go wake pro, it's going to give me more of a kick on those. Wake novice, oops, it's going to give me a 0. It's like a Grom. So, and then I love the feature of back to dock. So what that does is you activate this, you are done for the day. It automatically, as soon as you hit activate, it turns all the pumps on, gets rid of all of that water. So you aren't always having to fill and unfill by yourself. And then you just have to turn off the cruise control because right now it was set for 25. So again, I can hit this, it's on, it's off now. And you can adjust it even there if you wanted to by just hitting your little that. But that allows you just to start flying home. Maybe you see that weather coming or whatever it might be, or you were late for dinner. But again, super easy. Then our green symbol, this is our internals. This is our lights and our heaters and things like that. So you can see I have the courtesy lights on right now. In fact, I actually have them in a cycling pattern, so they'll just rotate colors. But if you don't want them to cycle, I can do off, and I can actually choose whatever color you want. Some states have some ordinances that says you really aren't supposed to have certain colors on, so I'm going to leave that to you guys. But on here as well, if you don't even want them that bright, maybe it is. I know Utah, for instance, you can actually wakeboard and surf at night, which is kind of cool. We can't here in Wisconsin. Or I'm turning my lights completely off. Then I can go into my climate. So it tells you what the temperatures are of the air and the water. Right now we have air conditioning on in the building, but heater. Obviously the engine's not warm, so you're not going to have that heat coming out. But I got it up here, I got it down here. So that rider is out of the water. They got that little chill going on. Put that door in the front, close the window, and have them just sit right here. That heat is filling up this whole cavity. Or maybe they're the next driver up, and they have that heat blowing directly on them. So it's nice having that, just warming that body up. So I'm gonna turn it off. Then even the features button, though this actually tells you where all of the items are. So even shows your battery locations, where the hole plug goes, where your bilges are. So go back to bilges. If I actually need to turn the bilge on, I can actually manually pump it right out. So here's my blower fan for the motor. Then stop, obviously, but you can put your own start code in here as well. So it does not have a physical key, so you don't have to worry about even losing one of those. So you can put your own start code in there. So then I'm gonna go right back into, if you want to connect a GoPro to it, you certainly can. You can go to your mode and actually hit your settings and set all this stuff up. And you can even actually store some video in here as well. I've yet to actually ever store anything. So I'm going off of what I was told. But it's really nice to be able to do and relive those memories. Maybe at the end of the year, have your own little family slideshows. So then, go back to our stereo. So Bluetooth menu, I can actually go here, enter pairing mode. So here's my devices. You can see a few different ones on here. That's me on the silver. But I hit exit out of there. I can actually control if I want more noise and music coming out of the tower versus the driver getting blasted out. So our dash, this has the wavefront sound system. So those are actually designed to actually bounce off the window to actually fill in those, the tunes to make it a full rich sound. And it is amazing having it on or off. It does a huge amount of good. And then cockpit is just our normal speakers throughout the cabin itself. Obviously the front too. And then sub, you're very rare gonna wanna have it cranked all the way up because it is just absurd. So it has a very deep, rich, pure sound. I love it. So then we actually, so you see all these little items are always here. So I'm gonna show the awareness cam. There's our awareness cam. Then to get back out, I always just hit the home button. It brings us right back to where we were. So that gives us everything. I got 53.8 hours on here right now. And so all of our functionalities are always at our fingertips. So hopefully that kind of helps. Here's our engine info. So if you're just even trying to see if you got good battery or what RPMs you're rating at or anything like that. So, but hopefully that is a good walkthrough. Look forward to it, and I hope you guys get out on the water. Thank you very much. If there's other questions, obviously we will be in touch. Thanks very much. Talk to you later. Bye.